my Fabe, welcome to MaiMoments, the best channel for makeup and hair tutorial and also products review. My most current view video is how to do Raya and the Last Dragon hairstyle. From that video, Kylie have requested, is there any alternative ways that I can do this hairstyle without having to do a French braid, Dutch braid, and cornrow braid? Absolutely. Here's the two options that I'm going to give you. Let's get started. Starting from the crown, I'm going to divide my hair in half. You definitely want to make sure it's even out and straight. From the crown, I'm going to part my hair all the way down toward my ears. I'm also going to do the same thing to the opposite side. Make sure that you are going to bring the leftover hair toward the back that you don't need. I'm going to use the comb as the guide to gather the leftover hair that I don't need, and eventually I will use an elastic or a hair tie to tie it together so that part will get out the way. I'm going to use the highest point of my eyebrows to section my hair, and this is going to be my guidance. As you can see, I already grabbed the first part of hair. The leftover part, I'm just going to go ahead and tie that in together so that could be out of the way when I'm working on the braid. I know that this is tedious coming into the prep, but this is a must because it's going to make your life much easier when you start it to braid. Apply the same method to the other side, which means I'm going to find my highest point of my eyebrows, then I'm going to section it off, then I'm going to use elastic to tie the leftover so that part can get out of the way. Since I can only work one section at a time, I'm just going to tie up the other sections so that it's not going to disturb my braid during the process. Before you start the braid, you definitely want to apply the Eco Professional gels all through the edge and also the rims, because this is going to help you gather all those baby hair together, and my baby hair is parting out the roof, so which means that I'm going to apply through all the edges, especially the roots closely to my hair. Now we are going to start our twisted braid, and just let you know I'm going to work on right side first so it does determine how the braid is facing. This is a twisted braid, so it's only involved with 2 strings. So I'm going to grab the first sections and follow behind with the second sections. Take the first section and place it under the second sections. Now the first sections, you are going to grab more hair into that part and then repeat this step to the second sections. Whenever you are adding more hair into that sections, make sure that you are grabbing an equal amount of hair so the part can be consistent and it's going to look good. Use your fingers and your wrist to guide the braid because you want to go straight down vertically. When doing this braid, make sure you want to stay closely to your scalp because it's really easy to untwine itself. Very similar to a rope, when you get 2 strings and wrap it all together 300 degrees, it will create a very cool pattern which is look like a twisted braid. When you reach toward the ends of the braid, make sure that you keep going because this is going to give you the space for errors when tying the braid with the elastic. Before tying your hair, this is the hat. Use a U-shaped bobby pins. I'm going to place it on the side of the ends from right and all the way to the left side, and I'm going to pin it down. Then I'm going to elastic to actually tie it. It's going to be much easier for you to tie your hair because at this point everything is so easy to untwine and it's going to be such a hassle. Grab the elastic and do double loop before you actually tie your hair. This has made my life much easier when dealing with such small braid. As you can see, I'm using my right hand as a stop, so I'm not going to move that finger whatsoever. Then I'm using my left hand to pull out the hair. Remember earlier that we have double loops, so just release one of the bands and then you are left with one. This will be much easier to tie your braid. Instead of having to go 3 times as a loop, now you only have to do it 2 times. Let's move on to the left side braid. Before we getting started, apply the Professional Eco Gel, saturate it on the root and targeting the baby hair. So this is going to help you later on with the process because it's much easier grabbing all the hair instead of having fly everywhere. I want my braid to face toward the middle, which means that I'm going to grab the first sections and also the second sections, placing the first sections from left to right. So here is a slow-mo, taking the first sections and place it over and under the second sections, but be sure it's from left to right. And whenever I'm at the first sections, I'm going to grab more hair into that section before I'm going that loop on top of the second sections. And now second section is on the bottom. I'm just going to grab more hair and repeat this process over and over until I reach toward the ends. When grabbing more hair into that section, you definitely want to stay consistent as possible because this is going to make the braid look really nice. Basically at this point, I'm just repeating myself, so I'm going to speed it up, but you're still able to see the process. If you found yourself have difficult to do a French braid or a Dutch braid, you can definitely try this braid out to see if it worked for you. It's definitely faster and easier comparing to the other kind of braid. I could not stress this enough. When you don't have no more hair to grab, still keep going with the twist because this is going to leave room for errors. Grab a U-shaped bobby pins and pin it down at the ends from left to right and then pin it down. This is going to help the braid stay stabilized and this will be much easier for you to tie your hair. Loop the elastic twice before tying your hair, using my right hand as an anchor so the braid will not untwine itself or become loose. And pull out the hair using my left hand and once again take out one of the band and twist it around to tie my braid, and this will definitely last all day and be secure. Adjust the braid as needed, not all braid will come out perfect. And there you go, very fast and easy way to braid. And here is the finish of the first style. Before moving on to the second style, I'm going to show you how to take it off. Don't do this. As the result, I have pulled out a bunch of my hair in the process. So what you want to do is grabbing one of the bands and then taking a scissor to actually cut it off, and it would be much easier and no hair is harmed. So we at the beginning of the second style, if the first style was too hard, grabbing the Eco Professional Gel and apply all over the edge and especially your baby hair. This is a must. What amazing about this gel is that it's going to last long and actually hold the braid really nice in place without having a white cast. But if you keep messing with it, the heat of your hand will definitely cool it down and making the white cast. Since I'm working on the right side first, I like my braid to meet on the middle. So which means that I'm just going to grab the first sections, twist them inward from left to right. In this part, there is no actual two string. It's just going to be one string and I'm just basically twist it, overlap each other and gradually create a cool pattern. Use your finger and your wrist as a guidance to make sure that the braid is actually straight down and not going anywhere, and stay closely to your scalp because this braid have no grip, so it's really easy to untwine itself. Once you gather all the hair for the braid, keep going with the twist because this is going to leave room for errors. Before tying hair, use a U-shaped bobby pins and I'm going to place it from the right to the left and then pin it all the way down. This is going to help me as a guidance whenever I'm tying my hair. Loop the rubber band twice before you are actually tying your hair. And stay closely to your scalp when tying hair because it's a twisted braid. It's absolutely easy to untwine itself at this point. Just in case if I did not mention this earlier, you want to pull out the U-shaped bobby pins, then tighten the braid and you are done. Let's work on the other sides and apply the Eco Gel on the rims and also on the edge. If you have a lot of baby hair like mine, this is a must. So this is the products that I do recommend whenever you're doing this hairstyle. Now we are going to work on the left part, so which means that the twist will go in inward. So it's going to start from the left side and twist it inward to the right. There's only one string that you have to deal with, so just keep gathering the hair from the left side and twist it inward toward the right, and this is going to give it a very cool effect and pattern. Make sure that you want to grab a section at a time and stay close to your scalp so the twist can be tight and beautiful and it will last throughout the day. The tighter the twist, the better it is because it's going to give you room for errors whenever you tie your hair. Sometime in the process, whenever you are tying your hair, it could loosen up the twist. If you found the first style is difficult, don't worry, this is an easier one if you still want to achieve the look. Use a U-shaped bobby pin starting from the left side and stab it in at the ends and all the way toward the right and push it down. This will be really helpful whenever you're doing with a twist braid because it's really easy to lose itself, and double the knot of the elastic, then tighten your hair. Don't ever try to pull out the elastic, just go ahead and use a scissor to pop it out because this is going to prevent you from hair loss. So here is the completed look of the second style. It's super easy and it should only take you less than 5 minutes. To have my hair curl like Raya, I'm going to use a wand curler. Since I'm working on the left side first, I'm going to grab the magic wand with my right hand, place it down, and wrapping around with my left hand outward from my face. To imitate Raya hairstyle, especially the curl is facing outward, that's why I'm using this method because it's going to give me such a volumes on the side. Now grabbing the second sections, I'm just going to do it vertically. It don't have to be perfect. And with this method of curling, you're going to have amazing volumes on the side. You see how I'm placing the curler downward, but it's also out in 45 degrees angle. That's how I'm going to get that volume. If you are a beginner, I do recommend you to own one of this curling wand because it's so fast and easy for you to achieve amazing hairstyle. Be careful whenever you're using this curling wand. It's really easy to burn yourself. This tool, I believe it does come with a glove, but I cannot find them, and also if I just be careful, I would not likely to burn myself. And bam, can you see the difference when I started at the root curling my hair versus if I curling my hairs on the bottoms up, and this is going to give me such amazing volume. Let's work on the right side. Instead of holding the curlers with my right, I'm going to switch to my left side and placing the wire behind my back. Now I'm just going to do the same thing as playing 45 degrees angle downward, and I'm just wrapping around and facing outside from my face. Keep wrapping up until you reach toward the ends. Make sure that the end is curled too because that is going to give you a nice curl. I'm just going to speed this part up because basically I'm repeating myself. I believe I set this to 300 degrees and I just wait for 10 seconds before releasing it. Then use your finger to run through and adjust how you like the volume to be, and you are done. So here's the look at a different distance, and as you can see, the curl is really nice and curls. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's another 2 video waiting for you to click. If you have any comment, concern, or request, comment down below because I love to read them. And also, don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell for more notifications, and be part of the family. And as always, love yourself, stay motivated, peace out.